Okay, here we are in Manifest Destiny. We're at what amounts to be the end of the second era, just before the deck switches and we go to the 2-3 era for the turn. There's only one card left. Set up the, here's the current victory point situation. Set up the turn order as to current order, and then played the cards as I'm wont to do. Purple went first. What did they play? Well, they jumped ahead with Trustbusters, a Destiny card. And, I think these can only be played once. I don't think these, because they say 2 or 3. I can look that up before I discard them for regular. But most of the other non-Destiny cards say 1, 2, or 3. I think that's a problem because I think this card's already been played. Oh no, this one isn't. This one can keep coming. Cool. Okay. So this is going to be gone. It did 2 things. One, Trustbusters, the event, they picked 2 products. They picked gold and cattle. And, oops, I haven't paid out a livestock that I got to pay out. People who owned more than 2 of those areas that produced that had to give them away to other people, whatever the excess was. And purple, being not terribly ahead in the game, as well as yellow, got some benefits on this, with Wisconsin going over Jalisco, and yellow got one as well in Montana. That hurt blue and perhaps red, although red didn't have a gold card to play at this point. They've played that a while back. Also played Abraham Lincoln, which gave him $15 for owning Unity. And it'll give him a $30 discount on Tolerance. Also could have given Patriotism, but that's already been gathered over here. And they got a free Pioneer marked here. We see a lot of free Pioneers came out this turn. On to blue. They played the Supreme Court as a livestock card to pay out. They're tired of holding it. It's a cool card to have, but they were planning and did this big expansion for livestock, and even though they lost a couple, they went ahead and played it rather than hold the card. They also played Remember the Maine, which allows them to take control in Cuba, Central America, or South America. They chose to take South America so that they got the extra cattle when they played the Supreme Court. And that gave them a little bit more money than they would have gotten otherwise. What else? So now here's something weird. The Trustbuster doesn't mention what color counters you get. Most of the cards seem to say you can take a white or an established. So I set them up as established. It's still an advantage, but it means you can lose more. So maybe it's not as big an advantage. Certainly you don't get any increase from it. Yellow, except if you get the card. Yellow played Seward's Folly, but instead of getting the Alaska bonus, they already have access to Alaska through that ferry. They played it for produce, producing a little bit more money. Not really a huge advantage for them, but they got as much as anyone did. They got 2, 3. Somebody else had 3 as well, red, down here. And mainly, it's to play the card. Doesn't really help any. Next is green. And green played a couple interesting cards. They played the Monroe Doctrine for tobacco. Remember, they grabbed Virginia and Carolina. That gave them 4 tobacco, which is worth $90. Huge payout. The Americans got a tobacco in South America, however. And finally, the abolitionist civil rights movement. This gave a penalty to people who own territories in the South and a bonus to those who own them in the North. Green had the most northern. They also had some southern. Overall, though, this is a profit thing. They ended up making 5 profit off of it. I don't think anybody else made money off of it. Yellow, for example, lost 5. Then we go to, I guess, red. Okay. Red played a number of cards. First of all, suffrage. They and the yellow player with the lowest profit each got $10 and a free pioneer, and that's why there's so many pioneers on the board. They also played Reconstruction, which gives a benefit to anyone who had control in the South. And this is actually why they stabbed into the South, was to grab that ownership. They didn't realize they were going to get shafted by the civil rights movement as well. Yankee Ingenuity, they also played. They control a United States province. They had a pioneer at the point. So they got a free breakthrough. They took storytelling, which allows them to discard cards without penalty. They want to hold this. It didn't seem like a bad card to have, particularly. And because they are in the United States, they can't play it. They were able to play Suffrage, which is a Destiny card. It's the second one because they have Patronage, which allows them to play a second one, even though someone else, or they played one. All right. Now we're going to move on and do the investments. And there's a lot of money out there, so there may be a lot of investments falling. Before I do that, of course, I've got to assign next turn's turn order choices. All right, let's see what people did to take advantage of their abilities here. Blue has electricity. Who are blue? Blue are the Virginians originally, but they're primarily over here in the West now. They don't have a lot of pieces on the board at all. They used it to build a city over in South America. Okay, what else did they grow? I think they grew telephone and maybe pro sports. I'm not sure. I see a lot of people were doing that and I kind of lose track. Oh, purple went before blue. What did purple do? Purple definitely bought tolerance here and got additional pieces. They got their discount on it. They didn't end up working with anyone. They could have, but no one wanted terribly to take the Lincoln advantage, I guess. I think they also bought telephone, but I'm not sure. And they grabbed a card and built a city. Their city is in Colorado because of the tourism and the wood. That gives them a lot of power there. I'm not sure if, yeah, they're not in the lead-in cities. Green, I think, still is, but I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue is at 3 or so. Yellow's at 3 or so. Yeah. So, yeah. Green still has the advantage there. We go to yellow. Yellow ended up grabbing phone, but here they did the, so there was something kind of wanky that went on. There was an option someone had, I think purple and green had motion pictures between them, but purple held off on it. Yellow rolled for it, couldn't make a deal with purple. They ended up cutting a deal with green. So now they each got 2 victory points for motion pictures, and they're going to get money from everyone at the end of the turn. And everyone who doesn't have motion pictures and who hasn't picked up television yet. Nobody picked up television. So everybody's going to owe them each $5. That's going to be pretty painful. Okay, what's next? After yellow, we hit green. And green brought steamships. Now that doesn't allow them to go out to Australia or Asia. actually, they don't have the West Coast at all. They have nothing along the West Coast, but on the East Coast, they can make it down to Eastern South America, Central South America, Cuba. Kind of an advantage. The big thing is you need it to get to airplanes. Airplanes is expensive anyhow, and they want to go there. And then our final one is Red. Red picked up Telephone and Pro Sports, ready to go all aggro, except they don't have many counters at all. And they took the first rock and roll. Green went ahead and grabbed a couple of markers in Think Tank. Think Tank gives you the ability to draw 2 cards and keep 1. Speaking of cards, Green spent a couple of pips to grab the first level 3 card. Now, this does not slide over until the next card draw phase, so people aren't shafted by their decision. Got a couple of people have a lot of tokens. Some people have none. Basically, like Red has very few at all, but Yellow and Green are well stocked. On we go for the attacks, and it's kind of a shame. Red ended up having to choose 5th. Their token was here. They just didn't have. They have so many tokens on the board that they're out. They can't, and they have some over on the breakthrough chart. They actually cannot expand much more, which is kind of an interesting situation. Okay, on to expansion. Okay, so here we are at the end of the expansion phase, and lots of people lost tokens this turn. The largest growth, and losses don't count towards this as far as I can tell, is Yellow, who has 1, 2, 3, 4. Thought they had a 5th one. Hold on. Maybe they're tied. Blue has 1, 2, 3. Green has 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think Yellow has the most with 4. Okay. So Yellow gets a bonus card. Ooh, that sounds cool. And now we go to, well, let's collect points. Let's start with Red first, I guess. Red lost. There's no question there. I don't see anything they gained. They haven't played their pieces yet. That's why they haven't gained. Alright, let me take care of those real quick. Okay, well, Red didn't gain much. They took one thing, the Carolina space. So they would be up 1, down, make it down 1, down 3, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty harsh. Okay, but at least they have tokens left for expanding next turn. Alright, let's go to Green. I guess I'll work this way because anything else will confuse me. They're up 1, up 2, and that's all she wrote, so they're down a total of 1. Next one would be Yellow. We had 1, 2, 3, up 4 for Yellow. I just found another Green, so they'll go up another one. So they broke even. On to Blue. Blue went up 1, up 2, up 3. They lost 4 though, so they're down 1. And now we go to Purple. He's up 1, 2, and 3, but down 1, so they go up 2. And things are getting a lot more mixed up as people start becoming less regional and more devoted towards what they want for their cards. You always want what you want for your cards, but it's not always an option. Hey, how about cities? Who has the most cities? Yellow has 2 that I see. Blue has, I believe, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yellow has a 3rd one as well up there. Purple has 2. How's green doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think green is holding on to their city lead, so that doesn't get to move. I'm going to be pushing money and then cards out to everyone. Remember though, that motion pictures means everybody loses $5 each to green and yellow because they don't have television. That's pretty harsh. All right, I'll take care of that, and then I'll just ship this up to you. I'm not gonna come back until the next turn.